Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Kickback Lounge podcast. My name is Drew Young, here with my co-host today, Kenny Brown.
You.
And then we got two special guests in the building. We got friend of the show, Trent, the jeweler.
Yes, sir.
Been doing big things in STL and outside of STL. So we like that. And then we got a new guest on the show, Chris Parker, content creator.
Yes, sir.
Music connoisseur.
ChrisParkerSTL on IG.
Yes, sir. And we're about to introduce you to some new shit. So hope you guys enjoy the show. And let's get into it. So growing up, how was that for you, Chris?
Growing up, so I was actually born in the UK.
Oh, shit. Which part?
Leicestershire. I think,
Yeah.
no, Oxfordshire. I only stayed there for like a year. And I don't go over there too much. I've only been back over there like 4 or 5 times.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But my mom's was from there. My pops was in the Air Force, so he met her over there.
Oh, shit.
And then after that, I was in Tokyo, Japan for 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where like my first memories is, in Tokyo type thing.
Yeah.
And then after that, we moved to Alaska, and then we came to St. Louis.
Wait, hold on. First memories in hold on, bro. That's a lot to unpack, bro.
Right, yeah.
So first memories in Tokyo, like what was the culture like? What can you remember?
I remember not understanding anything like at all.
Yeah.
Like, cause you know I'm trying to like soak in the world. I
Right.
feel like, and that's not the world that is around me and at home. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So it was very confusing. But at the same time, the culture out there is very like anime. Like it was around
Right,
Pokemon was
right.
like just came out around then. So as a kid, being around all the big,
Crazy shit.
it was crazy. It
Yeah.
was so cool. So cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like when we would go to the grocery store, they would have many amusement parks on the top of the grocery store. You could pay a certain amount of money to drop your kids off there, and
Yeah.
they would just ride the rides.
It's like
Yeah.
fuck it.
It's like a kid's
Baby.
dream out there for real.
Bro,
real.
that's insane, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would assume you mess with like a bunch of different cultures now. Like how's that you think that opened your eyes up a little bit?
Yeah. So like, especially like not growing up, like I did grow up in America, but I grew up around, like you said, a bunch of different cultures. Like
Yeah.
my earliest memories are in Japan, so it's a super respectful culture. Like
Right.
take your shoes off when you in somebody's crib. We
Right.
sit on the floor around everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I was at first, and then like I don't know, it's super weird. It definitely made me like more open to and interested in other cultures. You know
That's
what I'm
awesome, man.
saying? Yeah.
You think that helps you like cultivate relationships when it comes to like the music stuff, like how you do?
100%, yes. Especially because I tap into everything, you know what I'm saying? So I be tapped in with artists in the UK or trying to stay in tune now that they
Yeah.
coming up and everything. So
Right.
it helped me move around.
So you like drill and like the grime scene over there?
I don't really like it too much.
Okay.
It's not my vibe, but I definitely see like how it's influencing everything. Like the
It's
New
just
York
taking
sound
over.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The New York sound is really just a UK grime sound.
For sure.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of those artists go over there. And I have one of the artists I work with, Javi, he actually has some stuff in the works with a UK artist right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. I mess with UK stuff too. Heavy, bro. Like heavy.
It's
More-
a crazy culture out
Yeah.
there.
More than people probably should, bro. Like, cause I'll put it on and people are like, I don't fuck with it. I'm like, bro, I like.
I can definitely attest to that. But it's good shit though.
Yeah.
He's put me onto a lot of UK music. But like,
Yeah.
what would you say like is your earliest memory of like St. Louis?
St. Louis?
Yeah.
Okay, so 100% honest, the 1st
Mhm.
memory we had I have in St. Louis is hopping off the plane. You know, I came here when I was like 8 or 9.
Okay.
So I remember my mom's, so we was in Alaska at the time, and then it was either we was finna move to St. Louis or Hawaii.
how did you get the
Bro,
short
what?
straw,
So
guy?
my pops is he crazy, you know, he was like in the military, bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. You know how
Okay, that
military
makes
do
sense. That
people.
makes
So he
sense.
was
Yeah.
just kind of like wild type thing. So I just remember it being everybody in the family was like, "Why are we moving to St. Louis?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the
Fair.
2 choices was Hawaii, and St. Louis, right?
You know, I mean,
Well, yeah, I don't want to get too deep into like too much of the personal stuff. But
Right,
like
right.
when we hopped off the plane, it was an argument like the whole way there between my moms and my pops.
Makes sense.
And then like it was how thick the air was.
In St.
Like
Louis?
the humidity, it was
Yeah.
like I came from Alaska where it's a lot of springs
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
water and just really fresh, clean air.
bro,
So it was like
Change.
walking through like
like
Yeah.
mud air.
you had to push yourself to walk harder, and my
Yeah.
mama just burst into tears.
Yeah.
And we flew in a thunder. It was terrible.
St. Louis. just
It was a thunderstorm when we flew in. Yeah, it was awful. My mama burst into tears, and that was like my earliest memories.
Yeah.
You're like, well, shit.
I do want to break down. Let's break down this Alaska stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What's the craziest shit you've seen in Alaska that you can remember?
It's a lot of crazy, like, definitely, like, okay, so on the playground in elementary school, like, we would have to shut down the playground because, like, moose would come and attack the kids. Bears would come on the playground.
Like big ass, like bull moose type shit?
Like huge. Like moose are huge.
Bro, yeah.
Like a baby moose is like huge.
Bro, they're a lot bigger than people think, though, for real. They're bigger than cars and SUVs.
Yeah.
Like, by a lot.
My mama has a video of like my sister at the time. She went to go out the back door to like chill in the backyard. And when she opened the back door, just a huge moose head just came in the back. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I give a question for both of you guys. We start with you, Trent. How would you say like St. Louis has shaped you?
Ooh, I guess I just moved different. I don't know. Everything, like, the way you attack things, and know that, I mean, you gotta really like invest in yourself before anybody else will. You know what I mean? That type of vibe for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
It was a big culture shock when I got here. So you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of. I feel like St. Louis really taught me how to be a man, just how to move smart. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff here that I learned that I feel like I would have never learned if I didn't come here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it just gave me like kind of it helped me come into my shell as a man, if that makes sense.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, like, speaking of what you said too, like just working on yourself and stuff like that, like just knowing you over the couple years I've known you and stuff like that, man, like you've transcended as far as like your content, what you put out, like your videos, like it's amazing. And like, honestly, seeing your stuff too, like you guys do a lot of stuff with like cameras and stuff. So like what gave you guys like that inspiration? You just kind of went for it?
More or less, like I started getting like recognition at my jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, well, like pay me more. And they'd be like, oh, well, he didn't want to, you know what I mean? So they try, give you every excuse in the book why not to. You come back and you like knock all those accolades out the way. You're like, man, I deserve to be paid more. Like you keep asking, Yeah. And so it's like you get tired of asking to be paid more. So it's like you try to go out and just go get it. So I started doing interviews with every other, jewelry store around here. Come to find out, I went to Vincent's Jewelers, and they had a #1 rated jewelry store in Missouri.
For real?
Yeah, top 100 in the nation.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They got one of the highest JBT ratings.
And like, can you talk about that a little bit too? Like, is there a community around the jewelry? Is there a community in like the whole? Because I noticed like you see videos like Icebox, they get like millions of views, stuff like that. Of like people going in and just like spending a bag. But like, I don't know if people really understand like the art that goes into a piece.
Definitely not.
Like just a single piece.
It's more or less like the idea or the picture you got in your head before you even come see me.
Right.
Because like I can draw anything you can think of, but when you bring the idea to me, I have to think like a bench jeweler and see how that piece is actually really gonna work, come together and stuff like that. So it's more or less like drawing around all that type of thing. Can
you speak more to that too? Like for those who don't know, like Trent does a lot of art. There's like some, drawings, some paintings, stuff like that. Very inspired early on. I mean, I can attest to that. But like, is that something that is involved into your jewelry game? Like, is that something that you love about that? Like that aspect of it?
At the beginning of the, jewelry journey, it's like, I'm more clerking, right? Someone's like points at something in the case and I, show it to them, right? And then sell it to them like that. Then like when I got to K's, they had a little bit of a custom program. But I mean, every custom, it took like over a month, 2 months, you know what I mean? For anything to get like somewhat to where a customer can actually take it home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like really customized personal piece. So then, I went to Neiman's. I saw how they had all their designer pieces, the cases out there, the way they laid it out, presented it, and the way they try to treat every person that came in like VIP, you know what I mean? So I've been trying to give everybody that experience.
I got one more question I want to ask real quick, just before... Real quick, bro, because this shit's viral, and I want to see what you thought about it. Like, so there's like this whole thing with Rolex. Have you seen that? How they treat their guests. Like when they come in, apparently, like they basically automatically put you on the waiting list. You know what I mean? Like no matter how much money you have, apparently, like they put you automatically on the waiting list, and they put you on kind of like a back order.
Yeah, most definitely. It's because, I mean, in retail Rolex stores, I mean, they selling out just as much as you could find it anywhere else on the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like the best bet is really getting like a pre-owned watch, a Rolex, you know what I mean? And if you can, find boxing papers with it too, you know. But
It's like
it's hard, I'm
They play
telling
under
you.
the table and stuff. I'm like, bro, this is-
no, it's like Ferrari, bro.
Yeah, I was
You
just
can't-
about to say that
Right.
they gonna make you buy a used Ferrari before you have to own a Ferrari before
Right.
you could buy a new Ferrari.
Exactly.
The crazy thing I heard about Ferrari is like you don't get to pick like which you get.
Mm-mm.
I don't. Is it like it for Rolex?
No, not necessarily. So it's like if you come in and you looking for a certain Rolex, like a certain style, something like that, they're gonna put you on a waiting list for that specific one.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then but if you looking, I mean, you can definitely find a Datejust anywhere, but the thing is like the price keeps going up. So it's like, are you willing to spend that, you know?
Right.
So it's always, you know, who's really ready to drop that bread, you know?
Right. So tell me, how did you guys meet?
He actually hit me up on Instagram.
Yeah.
He saw I was like skating and stuff, right? And he just asked me if I needed somebody to film. And at the time, I was just asking all my other skate homies to film me, and it felt like a burden, you know,
Yeah.
because they trying to skate too, you know.
Right.
And so he hit me up. I'm like, yeah, man, sure enough. So we chopped it up, you know, met up. Man, it's been like locked in since.
So let's talk about the skate scene. So like, how did you get into skateboarding?
For real, the pandemic just made me bored. I was working with an artist at the time, and I had stopped being as involved with everything. So I just had to have something to keep my mind right, and you know what I'm saying. And I used to BMX a lot when I was a kid, so it was like, you know, bikes expensive. So it was like I always wanted to skate, but I never had like the discipline or time to try to do anything. And then I was starting to pick up more on the film stuff, like filming the behind the scenes for the artists and everything. So I was like, that would, you know, skate. I feel like the skate scene and hip hop scene, especially if you go somewhere like LA, it's been super tied in since like the beginning of time. So it just kind of makes sense, especially with me BMXing and everything.
Right.
So I just had a bunch of free time, and then that's why I hit him up too, because I had been seeing his stuff because he you know is on
crazy.
the promo and stuff. So I had seen him a bunch, and then at first it was like he was like real stiff at first, so it was like I wasn't really paying attention to it. But then after a minute, I was like, this man is straight like progressing every time I see his stuff.
Crazy progression,
right? I was like, damn. So I finally was like, okay, this is the perfect type of thing, because I feel like, you know what I'm saying? He always posted skate clips, and I'm always looking for something to film.
Right.
I was like, I might as well just start trying. And then I work with so many artists. It's like I was like, I could use the music for the it just tie it all in type
Just all
thing.
worked. Yeah.
Put it together.
And then, like you said, I mean, we talked about it on the last podcast we did, like this hip hop and skate culture and tied in.
Major,
you know?
Yeah.
So you would say that probably helps just like cultivate relationships or just like content wise.
Yeah. And it's always content, especially like the skate culture, you know what I'm saying? And it's a very I feel like they're very embracing, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's a dope culture.
It's like it's like Outcast in a way.
Exactly.
You know?
It's exactly.
Misfits, Outcast.
It's like anybody can do it, but it's like who's willing to put the work in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like my little brother Shane and stuff, he wanted to skate and stuff, and he was actually starting to get good, but he decided he wanted to do something else with it. You know? And I was like, that's cool, but like anybody, you just out there putting in a little bit of work. I mean, you're gonna see some progression for sure.
For sure. Do you have a goal with like the skateboarding stuff?
Honestly, I just wanna. I don't know, man. It's the thrill of landing a new trick that you've never tried before. You never, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like up in the ante every time, you know?
Yeah.
So really,
something new too.
Like, I mean, I would love to, you know, be like pro skater or something like that. Sure, that'd be tough, you know, but honestly, I just want to be the biggest jeweler around here. You know what I'm saying? Type of stuff.
Yeah. Because you definitely have like a natural talent for skateboarding. Because like, I mean, Chris could even said it, like progression's crazy. Like, people don't progress. Like, people could be like, yeah, it took me like 6 months to do a kickflip. It took me 2 years to do a kickflip. Like, you never know. But, bro, you going crazy, man.
Dude, yeah.
He doing this as a grown man. It's not like he a kid learning how to do it. This is a grown man still skating and like learning how to do it.
Yeah,
That's what's crazy
right now.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, bro.
That's
crazy.
Because,
yeah, like I said, like literally, I've tried skateboarding in the past. It's just not as easy as people think.
No, it's
at all.
Not.
At all.
Definitely not. It's all, you know, physics and stuff. I
mean,
dude, it's crazy
balance
to think about.
Physics,
I mean, you know, you was hitting some board slides.
Yeah.
About the
I was hitting it like, and then when the pandemic came, I started doing it again because I skateboarded when I was younger.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you get into skateboarding?
So I used to skate when I was really, really young too,
Yeah.
but all I could do was like ollie stuff, right?
Mhm.
And then my neighbor, he kind of like kept pushing me because he would be jumping off of crazy stuff. And I'm like, man. So we ended up just jumping stairs and just kind of see how many stairs you can jump. I ended up getting to like 4 or 5 stairs or something like that. And then, I mean, that was pretty much it. And then I started playing basketball and football. Didn't want to hurt myself before I could actually get on the field.
Yep.
So then again, you know, then the COVID happened, bro.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, what can I do? Like, I want to stay fit. I'm not trying to, I mean, playing basketball and stuff was cool and everything.
But you got to get people.
Yeah,
Right.
Or you're just going to hoop by yourself, which is fine.
Right.
But it's
I
like,
couldn't find a game to
pick
play
up a board, man, and I just started cruising around. It took me probably the first month, like ollieing around and stuff to get real comfortable. And then I landed a kickflip within that first month.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, shit, I gotta stay going with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
And after that, I watched a lot of Braille, you know, so you can stick to
Shout
the
out
basics.
to them, dude. I fuck with them heavy.
For real,
Yeah.
for real. Stuck to the basics, and man, I don't know, it just kept going with it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Bro, yeah, like I was saying, when I was younger, I mean, we used to skate like, this is probably 6th grade.
Mhm.
We started with the Walmart boards.
Yup.
Nah, that is that fucking bullshit, bro.
Mhm.
You can't even turn right. The
Barely
wheels.
push with it, you know.
The
Damn
wheels
near
coming
came
off.
waterlogged.
All right. Those fucking wheels
Oh,
coming
sorry.
off. And then slowly upgraded. Shout out Infinity Skate Shop, you know.
Yeah, that's where I get my boards for sure.
Yeah. But no, I started 5th grade. And I remember, you know, Keith Copeland. Big shout out.
Yeah.
Big shout out, Keith.
Yeah. And Capono.
Yeah, and Capono.
Mhm.
But yeah, me and Keith, we went to same elementary school, and I seen him skateboarding, and then you can see like the discrepancy of like people that try to skateboard and like, especially as a kid, like people that just do it for fun, and then people that like looking at like watching like old Baker videos,
Right.
the culture, like inside the
diving
culture,
into it.
yeah, you know, like the magazines, everything, Skate 2 coming out.
You guys see it all, right, dude? That'd be crazy. See, was it Skate 4 now? Yeah.
Skate 4 coming
Oh,
out.
they
Is it
did
coming
say
out?
that's actually coming out now.
confirmed it.
Yeah.
So look,
What are you
the
talking about?
homie Mikey Haywood. Shout out Mikey Haywood. He's a pro skater
Yeah.
out in LA right now. He skates for Grizzly Grip Tape.
Yeah.
The homie, he is in the game, bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah, confirmed, bro.
Bruh.
Dude, he was there doing, the
You know Joaquin?
the ball suit thing and
Yep,
everything, bro.
Did your friend ever like tell you the process that goes into that?
No, he did not, and because he
That's
had to
crazy.
stay really close lip on it
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that. But
That's a
he
good
definitely
opportunity.
showed a little bit of behind the scenes
Yeah.
footage of it, and I was like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I know, bro. He hit me up. He wanted to get sponsored by a jewelry store,
Yeah.
and I was like, at first, I'm like, bro, it's a mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
We don't really do that.
Facts.
And then I ended up talking to my boss. I was like, look, like I got this homie out here that I want to send him
Big
some
name.
stuff.
Yeah.
I sent him a couple watches, a pair of earrings, and these like polarized sunglasses that we had in a
Yep.
case that we kind of hand out to guests
Mhm.
too sometimes, especially if they VIP. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And nah, he made a little clip with it and stuff. and
Yeah.
Major ups. I got a few
Give you
other
like that
skaters.
shout out and stuff?
Yeah. Major ups, man. Like a lot of other pro skaters are starting to recognize, and man,
Bro,
it's great to network.
Yeah.
especially if you're like trying to get him sponsored, you can be like, well, he's in the new skate 4 game, you know,
Right.
that type shit.
Dude, man, would love to be like. It felt weird because it's like, bro, I'm trying to be a sponsored skater, you know what I'm saying? And but I'm like, but it did feel good that it's like, okay, they see me as like a brand now.
Right.
You know what I mean? That
Right.
like I'm able to sponsor somebody.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I mean, even if it's something simple, something
Yeah.
really small too.
I mean, what you're talking about, you see that in the fight game a lot. Like, I mean, different opportunities come to different fighters. You'd be like, oh, why is he getting this? Blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
Like, it's weird because it's not necessarily like you're jealous, but like, it's like, damn, I wish I fucking, it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like a motivator. So you just have to be very careful with like your thoughts that come into
Yeah.
your head.
See, like that's how I've been. I don't know. My course of life has changed the moment I said, like, bro, you gotta stay positive with everything you do.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not saying that like, okay, negative things happen that you gotta be like, oh, you gotta stay positive. It's
Yeah.
more or less like, it's just know that it's gonna be good. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That you're gonna be in the right place the way you want it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta manifest it.
Facts.
And when you see it, plan it out, write it down. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's the goal. It's not just a dream no more. You know what I'm saying? It's a goal. So.
For sure. Yeah. One of the things with like the mindset thing, some good advice I heard is like when something like really good happens, don't like overreact and get too excited about it. And when something bad happens, same thing. Don't get too upset about it.
Right.
Don't. Yeah. You don't want to give out too much energy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's sacred. You know.
Facts. And something's always around the corner.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, man, when I met these clients, you know what I'm saying? These big names that like they found my page and they just wanted, you know, reach out and see what I'm about. You know what I mean? And like, I never thought I'd be talking to people like this. You know what I mean? But you treat them like a normal person. You give them that VIP experience, and man, they recognize they'll always come back and see you.
And I don't know how much of you guys have seen like of our stuff too. Like we're big on energy, like big on karma and stuff like that. Like, would you say like when you're working with people, like that's something that you pick up on early on, or is it like, have you had like a bad experience? It's more I'm kind of getting at.
I wouldn't say I've had any bad experiences. I say it's easier for me to work. It's less of work when the energy right. It's more of a job when the energy not right. But you know what I'm saying? But when the energy right, it's just like, I don't even be wanting to stop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'd rather, I'm just like, what you doing after this? Like,
What's
I
next?
bring the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can grab all type of content. Like, even right now, I have 2 terabytes worth of footage over the past year. You know what I'm saying? And I'm shooting 1080p. I don't even shoot in 4K.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of footage.
What kind of content would you say inspires you to like do the stuff that you're doing? Like some of the behind the scenes, like vlog
No
stuff?
Jumper.
Yeah,
for sure, 100%. That's what I'm trying to go for right now, for real. Like and it wasn't clear to me that that's what I was trying to go for at first. I was really just had free time, and you know what I'm saying? I was trying to find what my next move was.
Right.
Yeah.
But then as I started doing it and like seeing people receive it, you know what I'm saying? And then kind of like, it's just like figuring it out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just makes sense type thing, more like pulling up to like if an artist got this going on. And then I work most of the time for free just off of the, you know what I'm saying? Like if the vibe right, it's free for sure. If I'm hitting you up, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah.
Like if you hit me up and stuff like that, I might hit you a little bit, but not nothing too crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, nah, it's definitely more like I'm trying to go for like a no jumper type thing with the vlogs for sure.
So would you say you're moving to like no jumper, like you said, it started out with kind
evolution and no jumper, crazy right now.
Like
every
content,
week it's new content and stuff.
Yeah, it started out like, I mean, obviously you had the podcast, but then you had like the behind the scenes like vlog type stuff. Would you say you're trying to move it to a brand, or you really don't know yet?
I would love to make it a brand. I'm not entirely sure on how to. I have a lot of learning to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right now, I just have like the little work hard, play hard vlogs I be doing, and I've been kind of like branching off of that. Trent really the first time I branched off of something into something that's not music. You know what I'm saying? So once I started working with Trent, I started realizing there's other lanes I could take this. I have a lot of friends around me that I know would be like great personalities if I were to, you know what I'm saying, try to do something like that. But it's really just like, I want to make sure if I do it, I execute it right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like we all grown. It's like, I got to take stuff seriously when I do it. So,
for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I just want it to happen naturally, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, so, for the content, the inspiration is no jumper stuff. Is that the same for, because you do interviews sometimes too. Is that the same for that?
The interviews, honestly, I wouldn't even say that. I just genuinely be it's people I mess with. Like all my interviews are people I genuinely like mess with. Like and they have something creative going on. So it was really just kind of like I have this. Like obviously I'm into video stuff and everything.
I really want to get into that too. Like we talked about it a little bit off air, but like I wanted to talk about like the St. Louis rap scene, the St. Louis music scene. I know we talked a little bit about it, but like, so if you guys know who World to Woo is on Instagram, yeah, dude is fucking fantastic. But he's from St. Louis and he spoke on like the music scene, saying like how, you know, the St. Louis music scene isn't necessarily like bad or anything like that. It's just that we're not necessarily like putting each other on the map like we should, working together as a team as we should. Like, can you kind of contest with that? Because I saw some of your vlogs too, and like, yeah, you do a lot of stuff with like artists in St. Louis, underground, stuff like that. And, like, people who are up and coming. Like, could you kind of see that from that perspective, like what he said?
I think we have one of the craziest music scenes out of any city, to be 100%.
100%, bro.
Like the versatility.
100%,
like
bro.
we have alternative music.
Yes.
There's rock artists. I know a lot of band. Like any type of music is here.
City of music.
As far as the hip hop scene, I think people strive too hard to be a local rapper.
Right,
like it's been, we're
right.
such a closed community that it's
Right.
like nobody can see past being like locally famous.
Right,
Mhm.
right, and like,
but I can't even say that anymore because you know
Mhm.
it's a lot of people that is like Jizzle doing his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have a lot more people starting to pop off type thing, but it's like for the most part it's been a very like let's reach the top of St. Louis and then normally someone catches a case by then.
Right, it usually stops right there.
And people don't know how to separate what they're doing in life from their music. You know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to be as authentic as possible, which is you kind of have to. There's a very
Right.
you have to be authentic, but at the same time you can't be too federal.
You gotta appeal to the masses, but you also have to hit your core audience.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Um,
I get what you're saying.
yeah, break that down some more. How you see because that's interesting to me. How you see the rap scene in St. Louis? Because like maybe maybe like something that you see might help like artists out there. You know,
Like what you mean by like how I view the rap scene?
yeah, because you said like you do have to, like you said appeal to the masses,
Right.
and that people want to be authentic.
And then also hitting your core audience. Like, how would you even? Because honestly, I think that's kind of
the hardest part.
That's kind of like the hardest part. Yeah, like with people that we see and like people that are blowing up, like you said, like I feel like they get to like that top part of St. Louis, like 30 Deep, I think his name is.
Grime.
Yeah. I mean, like
Trent
Trent has
was in
some
the
tough
video.
ass tracks, but like the shit. I don't know if you guys ever heard this shit, but it's like it's some real shit. And so when you say stuff like that, it definitely only puts you so far, bro, because it's like he's not everywhere yet. He's almost there. You know what I mean? Like he's almost to that megastar level, but it's like, you know, how does a St. Louis artist kind of get there? How do they go out of that bubble?
And so
Metro Boomin is a perfect example. I would
Right.
say perfect example is Metro Boomin.
Yeah.
He still reps to St. Louis, but he also is like definitely a global star.
yeah,
But he
yeah,
moves
yeah.
different.
He
Too.
moves.
He's a,
way
he a
different.
producer though
Yeah,
too.
it's a
ain't
little-
it?
right.
It's a little different for
Right.
producers. Yeah.
Right.
It's really hard. You have to be versatile. Like if you notice, most of the artists I work with rap, but they also make like pop music. You know what I'm saying, or something that you could literally, if you could picture it on the radio. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
A lot of people don't be wanting to. They be so caught up with having a street image that they don't want to blemish their street image by making what they deem to be a corny song.
Right.
That's kind of what I was talking about. Like,
Yeah.
because you want to stay authentic to yourself, but
But if you truly authentic, no matter what kind of music, everybody know everybody in St. Louis.
Yeah.
If you really authentic, it don't matter what kind of music you
You'll
make.
feel it.
Everybody know how you move.
Yeah.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah.
have to worry about keeping your music street, then you not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like people don't know you. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know.
So that would be some advice you would say.
Yeah,
It's just
be
like-
yourself.
Yeah.
Like not everybody has to be a street dude. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, just because you a street dude, why you can't sing?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like
It comes back to bite you, bro. Look at Freddie Gibbs. You know, like, bro, like they're like, oh, his dad's in law enforcement, blah blah blah,
Right.
whatever type shit.
oh
He's
word,
getting beat
I
up.
ain't see.
No,
I just
yeah,
saw
his-
I saw him
That's
getting
crazy.
jumped.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the
that,
last thing I saw. But he still performed after that.
Yeah.
no, shout out
So
to
I
crazy.
yeah.
That's
And I'm a
tough.
Freddie Gibbs fan too, so this kind of hurt watching him go
Dude,
through
it
this low
sucks.
key.
Right.
I mean, but yeah, he's getting exposed, and he tried to expose
Yeah.
Gunna, bro. What do you guys think about the YSL situation? Well, all right, next question. Bro, I don't think Gunna's guilty, bro. That's all
I
I know.
think
Free
think
Gunna.
a lot of
Free
people.
Gunna.
I don't think they're real. In my personal opinion, I don't think no one's snitching. I think that's a tactic that the prosecution using because it's a state RICO case.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I
It's
think
already
they
wrapped.
really don't have. They said the vehicle or the whole vehicle situation. They said he rented the same make and model
Right.
of the vehicle.
Right.
That's not real evidence.
No.
I mean, I know in the UK they definitely use that as like they can, if say like a murder is committed in a car
Mhm.
that you rented, you're done, and they catch you, you're done.
But I don't even think they said it was the same car he rented. It was just the same make and model of the type of car he rented.
That's not good enough evidence.
No.
But
I think they're scrambling to try to get people to snitch.
I think for Young Thug's definitely getting locked up. Because like
so bad.
First of all, they called him what? King Slime?
Yeah.
And they called him King Slime. And then on top of that, like they said they had I think voice calls of him like
they wiretapped.
Yeah, you didn't beat that dude up, blah 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 type shit. Like for Thug, I think it's a rap skis. I don't know how long, but
and this the thing
think
too.
Gun is getting
music fans is putting too much together and being the police.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing too, that like Young Thug facing like serious time right now.
Oh, for sure.
Like people that's not in the situation don't really need to be trying to put together what's going on. They just need to wish the
let
best.
it happen, bro.
Wish the best for Young Thug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't want to see him doing bad.
Just listen to the music.
Listen to the music. Enjoy the vibe. He a stoner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all heard the Drake tape?
I love it.
Ooh.
Really? See, that's
So
me too,
good.
bro. I literally, we were talking about this yesterday off air. Like, literally, that tape is good, bro.
It's good.
It's a good vibe. Like, I don't think it got
Everybody want Drake to rap, but
right.
But it's Drake. He was on Degrassi.
He's on a different vibe,
You know what I
and
mean?
like what we heard is like it's supposed to be a tape before it was an album,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and like he was supposed to just release a summer tape, but that's why he's got another album coming out like later the year.
We was just talking about this in the car
Crazy.
too.
Literally.
Cause I'm not a Drake fan.
Oh, really?
No,
At all?
I was never. I didn't get my heart broke till later on in life, so I never understood Drake. I was, you know what I'm saying, moving cool and
Listen
everything.
to Jaded after or something.
Man, look, I went straight.
You
I heard
know?
one Drake. It's like Spotify knew what I was going through, and I became a Drake fan.
Yeah.
But it makes sense for everybody wanted him to rap, but it make his number one selling music is his pop music. It's
Bro,
the same thing as the
Yes.
St. Louis scene.
Yes, and I'll go a step further. Like
Yeah.
the era we're in now, or we're heading into with music, is like everyone's trying to rebrand. You guys have seen that shit? Like MGK, okay, he had to rebrand. You know,
right.
Lil
MGK
Uzi is next up.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Rap is pop
it's coming,
music.
bro.
Pop is popular.
It's coming, bro.
Okay, I
We
disagree.
can drop 2 fucking pop albums, dog.
Right.
2 pop albums, and he was
and
an
it was
R&B artist.
hard. And it was
And they
hard.
were hard. That's what I'm saying. It's
Everybody
like,
is crossing
branding.
genres.
Yes.
Rap is the
Yeah.
biggest it's ever been. Rap culture did not get this big. Like the past 5 years have been insane for hip hop culture, and it's the same with rock culture. When pop is just whatever music popping.
40-year-old
at the
dudes,
time.
40-year-old
Right.
women
No.
are listening to rap right now, and like that's
yeah.
insane.
My mama listened
It
to
used to
rap.
just be for kids. It used to
I'm
just be for the young kids. You know what I'm
saying.
saying? The young artists. Like no, I think that entire period is out the door.
You got 40-year-old Karen shaking booty and stuff on me.
But I'm gonna stop this conversation right here because we talked about this yesterday.
Oh,
He's claiming Lil Uzi's going through a rebrand.
Mhm.
I don't think so. I think Uzi's always been authentic to himself, like we were talking about.
he's a rock star.
He's just trying to
see it that
switch it
way.
up, probably.
I don't think he's switching. I think
No.
he's just going for what he wants to do, and that's always
Right.
been his thing. It's not like
And it's just gonna be different than his last.
right. It's
Right.
not. I don't think
Okay.
it's been a lane like
that he stayed in.
like he started in a lane and he's switching lanes. I think his lane has always been I'm gonna do
same
what the
lane.
fuck I want to do.
Right.
That's how I feel.
I can see that.
That's just how I feel.
Even when the old heads on the radio used to get on his ass, he would just be like, "I'm not a rapper.
Right.
He
Yeah,
always
see-
had this."
I'm
Bro,
an
that's
artist,
it's
yeah.
insane because like we also got into this. It was like, have you guys caught up with like XXL, Fresh Prince
Yeah.
List and stuff like that?
This is, in my opinion, the best XXL fresh list in a
You
long
think this
time.
one is?
Babytron?
Some of them are
Baby Tron
good. Some
all
of them,
night?
no, some of them are all right. But like,
Yeah.
bro, I can't really name like. Okay, look at 2016. I hate when people bring that one up, but I had to bring it up. That one had. Are you ready? 21 Savage.
Uh-huh.
That one had Kodak Black,
Yeah.
Lil Uzi Vert,
Yeah.
Lil Yachty.
Uh-huh.
Who else was on that one? We had Denzel Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
like-
meant nothing
But it's
on
like,
that.
in my opinion, with the 2016, that's supposed to be that's supposed to be the freshman list. But it's
Right.
like as soon as all
Oh,
the
yeah.
2016 artists
That's
got on
true.
the freshman list, it's like they retired.
Right.
I was like,
They
hold
were-
on,
they
this
were
is
in the game.
backwards. That's why I think
They
it was
were
so
already in the
good.
game.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
you good, bro.
That's why I think with XXL, it like they be catching on too late now with a lot of these artists. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they don't like the ones that are really coming up and
You
stuff.
think?
You're
Yeah.
not
don't-
supposed to know all the artists on there. That's the whole
Right.
point.
This is the
you
thing,
know?
though. A lot
You know
of
what I'm
them,
saying?
a lot of artists they don't talk
Exactly.
about this. A lot of artists turn it down as well.
Yeah,
They're like, I'm too
yeah,
big
yeah.
for this.
Right.
Like artists will blow up that year and be like, I'm too big for this.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing because they already was on. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Where it's like, don't get me wrong, if you still
Scoot back,
come
Chris,
in
a
making
little-
a
Oh, my
little
bad.
bit of noise, you know,
Mhm.
making some motion out here, like,
Mhm.
dude, then that's when if XXL reach out, it's like, yeah, hop on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you already make it, got millions of views or something like that, I don't know.
But it's
Double
like
XL, it could still be, a nice networking platform too.
No, facts. But it has to be like, if you want the culture to grow, you have to be part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
And like, it doesn't have to be XXL, but it's
like going through the motions. Yeah,
it's been historically like that's just put on the game, make it better. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like say you want to be you're in the NBA, first team all rookie, whatever. You're like, nah, I don't want to be that.
Right.
Nah, I'm too big for that.
That would be crazy.
like what?
Right,
That's like, nah, just be the rookie of the year or like some shit. I don't know, but I think Kodak had one of the best albums of the year.
I was like, do they got a max contract yet? No.
Right.
Do
you guys listen to that Kodak album this year?
I don't think I have.
Bro.
I stopped listening.
Underrated, bro.
Really?
Underrated, bro. Fire as fuck. I think so.
Yeah.
Kodak, bro. I mean, you can even tell it was so fire that Kendrick was like, let me put Kodak on my album.
Yes, bro.
Go listen.
I did hear that Kendrick and Kodak on that was lit.
This is the thing.
It was insane.
It was the one with Super Gremlins on there.
Yeah,
but
that's the one.
Bro, go break down that album. Kodak's fucking fire, bro. Like, I didn't used to like Kodak. Like, I was one of those people. A lot of people didn't. And somebody told me that Kodak fell off. I'm like, bro, you didn't even hear this last one.
Right.
I'm just saying, bro.
Kodak is one of the best catalogs out of any of the artists, in my opinion, right now. He's been making hits since he was a little kid.
His features, insane. But
and he was really, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he was really that dude.
Yeah, you got memes of him in the Bentley when he was like, what, 12?
Yeah,
and stuff?
Probably stolen. Probably stolen. I mean, he talks a lot about stealing cars.
What did he say? He a grandma.
I mean, he said,
grandma.
He said, why am I stealing cars when I got my own foreign? So I think he's still stealing cars to this day.
It could be.
No, but so I didn't get to talk about that Drake album, bro. When I first heard it, I was like, okay, it's like some heartbreak shit, blah, 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 whatever. Because I was listening to the first couple of songs. Because I'm not like, okay, if it's a CLB and it comes out at midnight, I'm going to listen to the whole thing.
Right.
But I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be completely honest. When I heard this, I was like, okay, we're going like heartbreak shit, blah, blah, blah. Like 2 songs. I'm like, all right, I'm going to listen to this tomorrow.
Right.
That shit, bro.
Right.
Like, people will speak on that.
Because like when you go to, when you listen to someone's full album and it's like a project that you want to listen to top to bottom. And it's like, sometimes it's like, I can come back.
You gotta be in that vibe for it,
Right.
Like whenever you went to Vegas, was that when it came out? Or was that when you got back?
I think it was just when I got back. Yeah,
gotcha.
A couple of days ago or something like that. Right?
And then how was the trip to Vegas? Drew went to Vegas recently. So
was
I wanted to get into that.
fun.
It was pretty fun.
So like, I mean, I'd never flown before.
Right.
So it was the first time flying. Crazy, dude. Like, I'm telling you, I'm gripping this.
One way?
No, it was there and back for sure.
No, I mean, like, not one way, but like no stops.
Oh yeah, no stop.
Straight to Vegas?
Stop, straight
Okay.
there. Yeah, it was like 3.5 hour flight or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was cool. But then once we got there and everything, I mean, we walked all over. I mean, you look at the place, you're right over there, and you're like, oh, I could walk a couple blocks.
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes, and you to get over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, bro, it was crazy walking.
Yeah.
I Uber everywhere, man. I'm telling you, I Uber everywhere.
Bro, when I flew to Vegas, it was also my first time flying, but it was like a 2-stop thing. So we actually went to San Diego, which is further, and then came back. But crazy. I mean, you see like just seeing the different landscapes of the United States is insane.
Wild. I've never seen like mountains like that for real.
Yeah.
It was really a great experience to see all that. And then I was there for business, the jewelry convention, JCK.
Yeah.
It was actually the largest jewelry convention in the world. Like people from Turkey, Peru, like everywhere coming to see, set up their shop
Dubai,
and stuff. Yeah.
Bro.
Dude, it was insane, dude. I saw a 30 carat yellow canary pear-shaped diamond going for $2.3 million set in a white gold ring.
How's the security?
Oh, it was tight, bro.
Yeah.
You had to be like background check before you can even register. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tight, man. There's billions of dollars sitting in that.
Yeah,
of course.
And it was like miles long. I mean, 2-3 floors or something like that. I didn't even get to see it all, of course.
Did you see that jewelry store robbery recently?
I've seen a few.
Like there was a recent one. They did it in less than a minute. Some people said it was some GTA shit. Like Lester was calling in or something.
It's insane, bro. These people.
Was it New Jersey?
I think it was New Jersey.
They're getting more and more creative. It's it's definitely scary market. Everybody wants something for nothing, but karma hits everyone. Dude, we had a robbery at our store about 3 or 4 years ago, and guys pull up in a truck, hop out.
Is this something that's like always on your mind though?
Yeah, you definitely think about it every day for sure, and they come busting in, everybody, hands up,
Shit.
dude, they ran over, they start busting our watch case and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, on the way out, they jump over the case, dude, end up shooting himself in the arm.
Fucking idiot, bro.
Blood everywhere, right? So
Fuck.
they they end up going.
close.
They picked
My
him
DNA.
up because his
Everywhere.
DNA was there. 'Cause
Everywhere.
He had priors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Probably
dude,
almost
DNA.
had it.
Yeah.
are you talking about karma like right there?
So
While you know
close.
what I'm saying, bro?
That boy was like, oh shit.
Dude,
I was just gonna say, typically, like, if you're doing a jewelry store robbery, typically people aren't gonna get hurt.
No,
Because, like-
you try to humanize everybody in there
Yeah.
because that's the main thing. It's like, bro, take whatever, bro. It's
Yeah,
like just
yeah.
don't hurt nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because
Ain't it on insurance?
Not worth it.
it's
Yeah.
not worth it. You know what I
Yeah, you
mean?
got insurance. It's not your like. I never get that when people are like they'll rob a store, or, like steal some shit, run out.
Oh my
Like,
God,
people
shoes.
chase after them. I'm like,
Shoes.
bro.
I ain't chasing nobody.
Bro,
Right.
shoes. It always happens. You see this at
Mhm.
finish line and champs. They
Dude.
always try to chase after. I'm like, bro, it's a pair of
Oh.
shoes. Let
Yeah,
it go.
I worked
Everybody
at
wanna be a
Famous
hero.
Footwear, bro, and like way back, and I'm saying, dude, the old ladies stole the most in them
Facts.
shoes.
No,
They go
no,
in
bro.
there, and
Wear 'em
they'll
out.
try them on, and they'll wear them right out, put theirs right back in the box, and
Yeah.
set it back on the shelf.
Bro, they
You
be
open
slick.
the box.
Bro, we had a person come in our store. Literally, like this lady came in with no shoes on. It was one of the days it was raining, and you saw her footprints on the carpet, bro.
No,
On the carpet, you saw her footprints. Walked right over to the shoe section, put on some boots, and walked right out that bitch. I'm
Oh
like,
my
oh my god, bro.
They just let it happen.
I mean,
bro.
if she
Just
ain't
let it
had no
happen.
shoes on, I would have probably did the same.
Bro,
thing.
No
Honestly,
shirts,
at that point, I
no
was like,
shoes, no
Okay,
shirts.
she can have them.
just have them, bro.
Here.
Have them at that point. Like, fuck.
We
Right.
need them.
Nah, I
Came in with
seen
no shoes.
the craziest shit I seen when I was working at TJ Maxx is like I was going to clock in,
Yeah.
and I see like the clock in thing is in the back of the
Mhm.
store, and you got the purses here, you got the shoes. I'm walking in, I see somebody with like fat ass like 3 carts. There's a couple people like 3 carts full of purses
Yeah.
at the end of the store, and I'm like going to clock in. I'm like, oh shit. So I
What
clock
is this,
in, bro, and I walk back out. I just hear like beep 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 beep. Motherfuckers
They're
are running, bro.
running.
I'm
They
like,
got the
damn.
cart
I'm like,
going.
hey man, it is what it is. Like,
Bro.
hit his
Wasn't on my
licks, bro.
shift.
That's insane.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, at Neiman's, bro, one of the times there, so, it's COVID, right?
Yeah.
So they wanted to make sure there's only one way in, one way out, so there's, traffic, right?
Yeah.
So the men's side, they locked those doors over there.
Yeah.
These guys came in and they grabbed like armfuls on the carts, you know what I mean? And they pull all these clothes up, start running. They go right to the door, locked. Boom, the LP catches them, right?
What?
The loss prevention stuff. They came and grabbed them, and like they just got all the merchandise back. I mean, those people, they took them down there, and, they scanned their
Yeah.
ID and things like that,
Yeah.
but they don't see no jail time or nothing like that.
That's
'cause
No.
none at all.
There's not big
'Cause
laws
they didn't
against
leave.
it.
I mean,
They
and
didn't
it's a non-violent crime apparently. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So
They didn't leave technically, so it's not
Right.
even a crime,
exactly.
bro.
So
that's
it's like,
fucking
do you
nuts.
prosecute? Like,
Yeah.
waste money and shit like that.
Yeah, bro, that's fucking nuts,
You
man.
know, wasting more money to get their ass like
They're
caught up.
right.
You know,
Because
It's
I mean,
just
shit,
crazy.
you got your product back.
right.
It ain't cost none.
It's weird when it goes to that kind of stuff. Especially with like the loss and prevention. It's so strange. It's just a fine line. I don't know.
It is, bro.
No, so at the jewelry convention, bro,
Mhm.
what was like some of the foreign? I want to know about the foreign jewelry that was brought in.
Oh, okay. So there was they had quite a lot of different like gemstones
Mhm.
that you don't normally see. Like, I mean, you got Paraiba tourmalines, which is like, it's like that deep sea blue color. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like very vibrant. And,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you see them put in crazy designs that you don't just see in like your cases at like K's,
Yeah.
Jared's,
Yeah.
and like us, like we end up, networking with them. We tell them, our JBT rating, stuff like that. And obviously, when you at the show, you've been cleared to be at that show.
Oh,
you
for
know
What's
what I
the
mean?
JBT rating?
So that's it's kind of like a credit rating, where it's
Gotcha.
like how often you pay your vendors
Gotcha.
and things like that. So like, I can let's say I need a 3 or 4 carat diamond,
Mhm.
and it's across the country, right? I hit up those people. I let them know our rating and stuff like that. They send that diamond either like on memo, which means I don't gotta send no money to them until.
Oh.
And then I can show that diamond to a
Yeah.
guest,
Mhm.
right? And then if the guest, decides they want it, they buy it, put money down on it or something like that. And then that's when we pay them.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And it's just making sure that
The
you paid on
transaction
time.
goes smooth as possible.
Exactly.
Right.
Like paying your bills on time and stuff like that.
Right.
So it definitely keeps upping your rating when you do, higher dollar amounts.
Okay.
And when you're paying it on time.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You see any like new trends in the jewelry game?
Honestly, I mean, women's jewelry game, it's the stackables. You know what I mean? Everybody's loving the daintier pieces and where you can wear a lot of it. Same thing with like the necklaces. They wear layered looks, Okay. For the men's jewelry, not many men like wear too much jewelry, which that's a niche I'm trying to like tap into.
Yeah.
It's like I want to start designing pieces that are simple. Yeah, guys would actually want to wear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I would even say like it's gone down. Like men used to wear jewelry. I mean, in the 80s, 90s, rings, watches, golds, like all kinds of accessories, bro. And I just think that, like you said, like we even had the gold chains, like just a standard gold chain link like that.
I mean, Mr. T said it all.
Right, bro. You just and I feel like we definitely like our generation definitely got away from that a little bit.
Right, and it's like, I mean, jewelry is like it's a part of, centuries and centuries of history. You know what I mean? Like you go back, ancient Egyptians.
Yeah,
I
bro.
mean, man, pharaohs wearing rubies and stuff in their crowns and things.
It shows like status and stuff like that, right? It's like, what else would you say like jewelry kind of represents?
I mean, you look good, you feel good. You know what I mean, type of thing. And so it's like, and don't get me wrong, like diamonds. When they say when we touch diamonds, it's like a good luck thing. You know what I mean? So it's like when you got diamond touching you,
I feel like it.
Right.
That's probably what girls be saying, bro. They'll be like, hey, when you touch diamonds, it's good luck. Give me some diamonds, bro.
Right.
That's why they be on that, you know what I mean? But
facts.
No,
it's a woman's best friend, right?
Exactly.
What's the best thing you can get your lady? Like from the jewelry store? Because like I'm actually like I usually get my lady like something from the jewelry store like every holiday or like every Valentine's Day, Christmas. I'll get her like a piece or something.
Well,
what's something to switch it up, bro? What's unique?
I mean, I've changed it up from like earrings, different necklaces and things, but now actually, I just found this flawless, colorless diamond pear shape. It's right under a carat. It's like 3/4 carat. Yeah. And man, I was actually gonna sell it to this guy, right? He's looking for a ring and stuff. I was like, damn, I look at the price of it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to sell it to this dude. You know what I mean? Like, I want this. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, bro.
So I'm sitting here. I was showing it to him.
Gotta
I was
make
like,
the sale, bro.
I told him the price, and I was like, look, dude, like, this is, not even 1% of diamonds fall in this category, you know what I mean? Of like flawless, like real, certified flawless and everything. Bro. And he called back a couple days later, and he said he was looking for like a different ring style. Yeah. And I was like, what do you think about that diamond still? And he was like, oh, well, I don't know. So I was like, man, you got literally a couple more days. So I called him.
If you
back.
don't want it, I'll take it back.
That's what I said. So I kept calling him. He didn't reply back. I said, he didn't put no money down or nothing. So it's like, yeah. So I can't keep it on hold for you, bro. People out here, you know what I mean, ready to spend it. So
yeah. So I want to ask you, Chris, like, what content do you feel like you want to make in the future? Like, if you make any type of content.
The music, the behind the scenes thing is really what I enjoy doing for real. I've definitely been interested in the podcasting type thing just because like the conversations I see happen on podcasts are the exact same conversations I always have with everybody around me. And but yeah, just more like that, like kind of no jumper style. Not like copying, but I feel like no one else is really doing that here. Yeah. And then a lot of people are there's more and more interviews type things coming up and all that, and that's already been a lane. Like, Views from the Arch been doing it for years. It's a lot of people that been doing it from way back, even when I was like young. Yeah. So I just feel like no one really. And it goes to the behind music scene. Yeah. On some behind the scenes type thing, like authentically.
Yeah, I got a boy. His name's Austin, like Mealis, I think. But I met him a couple of times. We're probably gonna do a podcast with him soon. But he's done. He does like music videos and stuff, and like kind of taps into that scene a little bit too. So I'll definitely.
We had Views Creative on too.
Yeah, we could link you guys because I mean he's tapped in. Maybe you guys know some of the same people.
Oh, me.
Could be.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like big city, small town vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I always say too. Everybody know everybody, or they know their cousins.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's just like you said. Like we've had like Views Creative on as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about working together, bro. The more that we can get like the scene all to kind of come together under one umbrella, I feel like that's what's gonna put us on, because like a lot of stuff is like you said, it's like we all know each other and we all work with each other and stuff like that. But like if we can just get like one small space, like I said, like the guy we got from Views Creative, he kind of went into it a little bit too about like how he's starting to start like his own platform for artists to kind of go and then like go from there and then start helping each other out. Right. It's just honestly like there's so much potential here, bro. There's so much potential here, like with just the media, the music, everything.
And I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like as I get older, people take me more seriously.
Oh, hell
now it's I've been doing this for this amount of time. You know what I'm saying? And then consistency.
We've been doing this for like 3 to 2 years now, and like I mean just steady going up. It's just about like you said, like taking a little bit at a time and working with other people, kind of seeing what their views are, seeing like how they work and stuff like that. And honestly, it's just continuing to just.
And people don't want to swallow their pride to reach out to people. Like I reached out to Trent.
You got to be humble. You got to be humble.
Yeah. I mean, and you know what I mean? I'm not afraid to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Networking. So it's like literally just keep networking.
Humble and confidence. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Another piece of advice I would give is like try to tap into like, I mean, I'm sure you can attest to this too, but tap into like mentors in the game, because like you said, people don't want to swallow their pride a lot of times, but bro, the biggest thing you're gonna learn from is like mentors, bro.
Well, the best way to learn is from mentors, because I mean you learn it from their mistakes. You ain't gotta make yet, you know what I mean? So if you can avoid it as much as possible, guess what, you know what I mean, that just makes your headspace clear to make better decisions.
A smart man learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others. But no, for sure, like even getting in the radio game, like I mean, I see people like here, like I just started working here. I see people, bro, professionals, like crazy, like they could just go from talking, music hits, and then they're just like on their game, bro.
They're in a zone.
It's different, bro.
Right.
It's different.
They tapping in, bro. They put in the hours and stuff. It's like it's reflex at that point, And you just gotta hone in on it and see how you can scale that up.
Yeah, bro.
That's the same thing, even with just like skating. Something's as simple as it is, to the point it's not so simple, Yeah. Because you can do anything with it.
But the skate game is like all mentorship, bro.
Exactly.
Because without anybody helping you, bro, you're not gonna either. Right. You might progress like slowly. It's one thing to watch videos, but when somebody's like, "Oh no, I did this a little different," like lean back a certain way,
man. Like and honestly, like don't get me wrong, like some of the skate culture, there's some animosity because you might think someone skates better than you.
Competition,
bro. Right. Yeah. But then it's like really, it's like it ain't gotta be competition unless you in the competition. You know what I mean? And so like I be at the skate park and I've met so many like new skaters just off the strength of me being out there trying something for hours, right? And they looking at it and they're like, "Oh, bro, here, I'll try set your feet like this," Boom, I try to land it, I get really close or something like that. And I mean, dude, you locked in, you end up connecting with him, you want to skate with him now, every other weekend, something like that.
You ever get like some advice, you're like, bro,
like step
like
off.
Chill, yeah.
I mean, there was some times, bro, but it's like you never really you don't be disrespectful or anything. Yeah. It's just more or less like, oh yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. You just kind of like hear what they saying, let it, in and out type thing. Like, all right, because it's like if they can't even do it, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't. If you want to be a boss, you can't listen to a bum. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you gotta really hone in on those people that are really doing it. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, if I want a tray flip, I'm gonna watch someone who lands that every try. You know what I mean? I don't want to watch somebody who's still over here trying it.
How to do it, but they don't do it all the time.
Right. So it's like, man, well, what do I do? Because it's like you don't want to be mean to nobody. So
yeah.
But shoot, you might end up, teaching him something by the end of the, skate session.
No, facts. Facts. Do you see any of that in like mentorship or anything like that in the either content creation space or like the music scene?
The music scene for sure. I think it just takes somebody always got to swallow their pride, and it's hard to find people that are comfortable enough with each other to let their guard down enough to do that.
Yeah.
But, definitely everybody I work with mentors each other. Like everybody vibe off of each other. You know what I'm saying? I work with some artists that's in different positions than other artists. You know what I mean? So the ones in the better positions will always give advice to the ones that's trying to get to that position.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just really who you surround yourself with. I mean, if you're not getting any type of mentorship from the people you're around, I don't think you need to be around those people, you know.
Facts.
Yeah.
How do you like choose or select kind of who you work with?
I consume a lot of content. I feel like that's key to be in the online space, is to consume a lot of content, because you can pick up on trends a lot faster. Like most of the time, I hate when people send me videos and stuff, because most of the time, that's why I never reply. I've already seen them. He be sending me, because he do the skate thing, so he do be sending me something I haven't seen, because I'm not that tapped in with the skate culture.
Right.
But like if it's like a viral video, I've probably seen it first. So I find a lot of artists way before they blow up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same when I start. If I focus that energy into local and only tap in with local artists, it's easy for me to find someone who I personally, and that's my personal music taste, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like I have a pretty good ear for it, so I just come across stuff.
That's
and I pay
interesting.
attention to every like hip hop blog, all that.
Yeah. Do you ever look at the like work ethic of like academics or something like that?
Yes.
Like Vlad TV.
Yes, yes, most definitely. I don't really follow academics too much, because that's not really, I don't really like him too much. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Just because
fair.
of how he not in the streets, and he be speaking on a lot of stuff that don't need to be spoken on. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy seeing how big he is compared to when he first started.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I
like
feel
he
like
around Joe Budden now. Don't he got a show with Joe Budden now?
he used to.
Or
He
he
did on
did.
Complex. Now he's got his own podcast.
See,
off the
that's what I'm
record.
saying. He on Complex.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But
But he got a lot of weird stuff circulating.
Yeah. I don't know. Bro,
I can't really
it's
mess with
rough,
him
bro.
at all anymore.
Yeah, no, I feel you. But I mean, his work ethic is undeniable though.
Oh yeah,
I
for
feel,
sure.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
100%. Especially he was one of the early ones with the online type thing. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Especially a lot of people, like, how old are you guys?
24.
20. So like I feel like a lot of people in like our age group, like 24 to like 28, some of them are still holding out on the social media thing and
Yeah.
don't want to understand that everything is on social media.
Yeah.
now.
You have to be like, we talked about this a little bit earlier. Like you have to be a personality,
Yes.
and that's kind of like where I'm seeing like where as we keep like going up with the podcast is like trying to rebrand myself as a personality on like social media, because like I don't post like I used to.
Right.
You know,
Just
like
have
I'm
an
not
internet presence.
I'm not a presence on social media, but like
Yeah.
we do stuff with the pod. So like I think Drew's done a good job of like making himself
Absolutely.
a presence. Like he's done some film work. He's done like some stuff for like our friends with like fighting.
Absolutely.
So like, you know, it kind of, if you make a personality,
Mhm.
it helps you that much more.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's kind of like where everyone needs to be if you're in that space. And so yeah,
Mhm.
it is definitely one of those things you need to have.
And you have to be interesting. A lot of people don't want to accept the fact that they regular
That too.
people.
That
You
too.
know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
you have
so
to
true.
you have to have people want to
Like,
invest their
yeah.
time into seeing what you got
Right.
going on.
it's not for everybody. Like a lot of people can be satisfied with a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with
Right.
9 to 5. But
Right.
like if you're super satisfied with a 9 to 5, you're not gonna want to do anything.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
No, for sure.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of social media, like lately, I do try to balance like consuming and creating content.
Yeah.
Because like if I'm creating too much content, then it's like it gets oversaturated,
Mhm.
and then it's like I can't balance my time correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
if I'm just consuming, like, bro, it's like it's not a good space to be in. I don't think like, because then you're not creating. You know what I mean?
Right.
So-
exactly.
So it's a balance, but with like social media lately, bro, it's kind of like getting repetitive to where like,
Dude,
Mhm.
it is, bro.
I mean, you know, I don't know if we talked about it last time or not, but like, bro, some about like when you get on, it's like, bro, I already know this shit, like, because we
Right.
when you consciously think of like this shit's like not a real place,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of takes away from the, I guess, lure of like
Yeah.
social media to where everything's
Mhm.
like looking dope, but I don't know, it's like a balance, but I definitely want to
Right.
push more content with like streaming, just like you said, doing that
Yeah.
personality
And
stuff.
there's an art to it, you know what I mean, as well.
It definitely
Because
is.
like, I mean, before, I mean, I had, you know, Instagram since like middle school or whatever, you
Uh-huh.
know, and it's like you just kind of post, you know,
Yeah.
your maybe some artwork, You know what I mean? A little bit of football pictures and things like that.
Yeah, food. You're getting Chinese food.
This my best friend.
But
Shout out you.
And then you got those people who, it's always just selfie, which is all right. You know what I mean? And those are the pages that kind of go up because people want to see what you look like, what you're doing.
Yeah,
so I started to notice now, once I started doing more modeling and things, is that like people want to see who they dealing with. You know what I mean?
And quality matters though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like if you're just posting like some bullshit, like just like
people
oversaturated. But if it's quality shit, people gonna fuck with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I mean, I've had people reach out and say like, bro, I keep posting. Like, I love to see what you're doing. I was like I never thought I influenced anybody.
In a million years.
Ever.
In a million years,
Now you're an influencer now,
never,
boy.
Never.
You're an influencer now, boy.
It felt crazy. So I was just like, wow, like people actually are trying to tune in with me and see what I'm doing on a daily type of thing. So, hey, and it's like, I'm going to try and keep going up, better content. And I'm just out here every day trying to get more and more of it.
And as we move into like the next, because honestly, in the next 5 years, I see us going into meta.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just it's getting pumped out left and right everywhere, and everyone's starting to get their gears moving. Like I think that's where content's headed. And like you have to be, like you said, you have to be a personality,
right?
Because if you're not a personality in the meta, like when this next wave hops on, dude, you won't be shit. Right. And honestly, it's gonna move fast.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It already is moving fast.
It's moving
we pay
fast,
for stuff on app. We pay for with fake cards on our phone.
Right.
That's all I use.
I mean, you know
literally all I use.
You know, like Fullsend, Nelk
Full
Boys.
Send?
Nelk Boys.
Oh yeah.
So like they just got into meta. You know what I mean? Like they're getting into NFTs, and like that's honestly where that shit's headed, bro. And honestly, like if you're not on that wave,
have you seen
you have to at least
the NFT drop though? The
spike, the stocks.
It was a huge.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Everything.
I mean, you're in crypto, right? So you know.
Yeah, it was a huge drop, but
I literally heard somebody say that.
I think it bubbled.
Yeah.
And then it dropped, so now it's gonna be like a somewhat steady.
Well, I think
the economy like popping.
I think it's because of the economy, like definitely about to crash.
Oh yeah,
like
it is crashing. You know, I've lost a lot of money in stocks right now. And I've just been watching it, and I'm just like,
crazy.
I was so up, and then it was like one day it was like $20 down, and then it just
kept going, bro.
It's been dropping for like a month straight.
Yeah. A lot of people are buying.
I wake up more. I'm buying.
This is the time.
I'm about to say a lot of people get in there buying right now, bro.
Because in 5 years or however long it takes to bounce back, everybody who's buying right now.
Have you guys ever done any like options trading or anything like that?
Not with options now.
Yeah, options trading is insane. Like if you do like calls and puts and stuff like that, where it's like you're kind of betting against the market in a way. Yeah. Where it's like, it's like saying that it might go down, you know what I mean, to a certain number. But the thing is, you gotta be able to afford 100 shares at that price.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha.
So it's like, I don't know, you kind of have to, you know what I mean? Like be ready to spend a little, but it's like, it's a risk.
For sure.
A major risk for sure.
Have you done anything with like the gambling era, I will call it, like DraftKings and shit like that? There's some money being made, man. Holy shit.
I have a lot of friends that are they're betting on weird stuff now. That's
parlays.
Not even, like rugby and
parlays where they just do like, the second quarter someone might shoot a basket here or this, those parlays, bro, is the way people are making that money.
So much. And it's crazy, dude.
The artist, Javi, he was in Texas before he came back up here, and we was working together. And they been had that down there. So they had it on the east side. We was doing that like too. We would drive every morning to the east side and just go put in our parlays and stuff. Oh. Yeah, but we ain't never hit on nothing.
People cashing in now, man.
They made
it. You can do it in Missouri now too, or
they did they just did
Casino
a vote.
Queen is one that you can actually go in and do DraftKings. I did go in there
one time,
Isn't that in Illinois though?
Yeah, it's right across the river.
No, in Missouri they just like voted on a law to make sports betting legal. And it didn't pass. So it's because casinos paid money to like keep the lobbyists basically to keep it illegal. Fucked up, man.
Dude, it's because you go right across the river and you got DraftKings over there.
Yeah, but it's like,
but still,
if you're like in say you're in the middle of Missouri, say you're in Kansas City, like fuck. It's kind of fucked that they can even like be like, hey, no.
Sorry, no.
Dude, I started to realize a lot about like in Vegas.
Yeah.
You know how
Vegas is crazy.
You have groups of, millionaires, billionaires, whatever, that go in together investments to buy these hotels that, own these casinos.
Yeah.
So much money is being pumped. It's insane, bro. Like I had never seen that type of like money. Like how many people you got, like you got like, it seemed like wait staff that's over here trying to get like tips and stuff. I mean, and they're not even doing nothing. You know what I mean? They're just like, hey,
I see that here though.
Look over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True.
They're trying to get some tips.
But it's just like, it just seemed like there's so much money going in and out of that place. It's just unreal, bro.
Bro, in a way, it's like, well, casinos, especially in Vegas, not even casinos, bro. The entire city is built to take your money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Like, it is kind of fucking depressing. Like, when you're in the hotels, bro, you go downstairs,
there's
like
casino
7 a.m., bro, it's still drunk motherfuckers walking around. You're like,
right.
trying to get breakfast.
Still sitting there playing the slots, bro, and you know you losing money on slots, bro.
The old ladies with the cigarette.
Yep. Yeah, coins.
That'd be the depressing part. When you look at the slot machines, it's depressing. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the tables, it'd be cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool vibe until you get on the table. And it's like you try to play some blackjack and you're like, fuck.
Man, I didn't even touch my hand because I'm like, I ain't finna lose no money while I'm here.
You ain't do no gambling when you
was bro. I was
probably
contemplating
smart.
it, but
Probably smart.
Your level of financial literacy is crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know how you went to Vegas and didn't gamble.
Bro, I gambled like $50 and I played blackjack, lost like 3 hands.
I spent all my money on all the experiences and shit, like going up, in the Eiffel Tower there, like to see.
You go to Fremont?
I did go to Fremont, and it was actually really cool. Seeing the strip, they had Steve Aoki playing on the top.
Yeah, boy.
Yes, Fremont.
Bro. It was it's the old strip, the first
old strip. They got like like the light show like on top, but it's outside and it kind of makes it seem indoor. Bars, it's good vibes, bro.
Dude, it was great vibes, dude. Great vibes there.
Yeah, but nah, I fuck with Vegas. But yeah, it'll definitely take your money, bro.
Yeah.
But you can make a lot of money there too.
Yes, I noticed that too.
I meant to ask you this too. We asked our dude over here, but I want to know like, what's your earliest like memory of St. Louis?
Man,
really want to know that one.
Like earliest memory.
Earliest memory where you're like, oh,
like this is.
I'm in this bitch. This is St. Louis. Like,
I'd have to say, we went to the Rams, like Isaac Bruce camp or something like that. Ooh. Where you know how it was like for Christmas where you can kind of like they had the kids and stuff can go walk around in the stadium and everything. That was kind of the first time because I'm downtown. Yeah, we don't really go downtown before that, you know.
I mean, in school you go downtown maybe once for the city museum.
Exactly,
that's about it.
So seeing that, it was like, man, I saw a couple homeless people. You like, man, they really homeless,
right?
You know, and then you go in and it was crazy, you know? Like, I mean, it was just baffling being like really young and, somewhat innocent to that, you know?
Because we're suburb, you know what I mean? Like, it's like it's totally different, bro.
Completely
it's totally different. That's how I felt when I went to Chicago for the first time. When I went to Chicago, I was like, this is totally like not what I was thinking a big city is. Like, Chris, I know you know, like, bro, a city versus like where we are from in St. Louis, it's two different things.
Yes,
it's two different things. Like even St. Louis is considered right,
we just have skyscrapers.
We have skyscrapers. Yeah. Exactly, that's it. Exactly. And it's just like, yeah, man. I think that my first memory was definitely like City Museum, like you said, coming to the city for the first time and like. Oh shit, this is where I'm born and raised. Like this is actually real.
This is where I'm from. You know what I mean? It's like shit, to think about that, you know.
It made me want to like get out and start to learn the city more.
Right. Like I wanted to see more because it's like, okay, what else am I not seeing? You know? Things like that.
There's a lot of stuff in our backyard. Bro.
And that always blew my mind about St. Louis too. It's like I got friends that live so close to St. Louis, but they didn't even come to the city till like
damn, that's crazy.
They was old, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they have this view of the city that there's so much dope stuff in the city that go overlooked because of all the issues here. You know what I'm saying?
I think now it's kind of progressing as well though.
Because everybody kind of and social media help a lot with that. You know what I'm saying?
You look at like some of the bars down here. At first, if I think like when I'm like 15, I was like, why the fuck would I go downtown?
Right.
You know what I mean?
You never would have ever been like, oh, why am I going down there unless it's like a Cardinals game, Blues game.
Maybe you skateboard down there because it's like cool.
It's cool to skate down there for sure. But I mean, I didn't know that at the time. You know what I mean?
Once you get kicked out of a lot of places.
Right, that's true.
But once you turn 21 and shit, and
I'm about to say you get a little older.
Yeah, you get a little older.
Start to drink. You can do a lot.
Right. Then it's a fun scene for sure.
For sure. But I think
then you get tired of it too. You know what I mean? Everybody gets tired of the
for sure.
Scene for sure.
But what's the dopest city you've been?
London for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and I've been in. I think because I went to London first, New York wasn't as exciting to me.
Oh shit!
So when I realized I was like, London is probably my favorite city.
Yeah.
big as heck. Like I went
can't
on
go to New
where
York.
you go to the top of the London. You know the London Eye.
I don't.
It's like the big Ferris wheel. I think it's like the third biggest one in the world.
Oh,
But if you
shit.
look, you see the Earth curve.
Yeah, so it's not flat.
I don't think it's flat. I've grown up in, flying to different countries, and I've seen curvature many times. You know what I'm
it's not
saying?
flat.
Heard it here first.
Not in my
You heard it
opinion.
here
Not in
first.
my opinion. But I'm not a scientist, so who knows? We'll find out, right?
Yeah, right.
But you could see but the buildings, you couldn't see where the buildings ended, and I was
That's
like,
crazy.
oh, this is a big city,
Yeah.
and it's bigger than New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every time I
that's
go over
wild.
there, I buy a day pass on the bus, and I
Yeah.
just hop on there and just start hopping off.
The history.
Oh, and the history go back way further. You
Way
start to
further.
realize how new America is when
Facts.
you go to other countries, and
Big
the
facts.
history is so much deeper and like
I need
into
to
like
get out the
actual
country.
I'm about to say, I need to
civilization.
get my
Yeah.
passport, bro.
Yes. Everybody needs their passport, especially an American passport gets you almost anywhere.
Yeah, I
we have
definitely
one
need
of
my
the best
passport.
passports.
Got to.
But no,
Some
I was
countries
gonna
don't let you go everywhere.
ask you a question about London. I can't think of what it was, but I was gonna say New York is definitely a city I cannot go to because it's like just the fear of like going to Chicago and seeing how big that city was and not knowing where the fuck I am.
Yeah.
You got to think though. New York's so big, so a lot of it will look like almost like the South Side. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Where
yeah.
it's not really like what you think the skyscraper city
Right.
is, but it's still the city.
Times
you hop in
Square.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's not as scary as I think most people think.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool for real. It was very underwhelming to me.
Yeah.
Especially Times Square was very underwhelming to me. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, I thought it was going. I've seen so many movies. You
Yeah.
think it's
Right,
gonna
right.
be. There was no theme music. You know.
I bet you Fremont's
Jay-Z
more
did not
popping,
show
bro.
up.
Dude, Fremont was lit because they had
Fremont's
like
popping, bro.
stages all without it. You
That's
know
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying.
You could have there was like a rock band performing. I mean,
Did you see the drummer kids there?
I did not.
It's like some kid on the drums.
There was one drummer kid, and then there was one guy who literally put his whole body through a tennis racket.
They be doing
Bro,
crazy shit.
I was
Through a
like,
tennis
what?
racket?
Yeah, bro. And
That's
he's sitting here
crazy.
doing all this, and
Yeah.
he just started. Boom! It just went like,
Bro, you cut the strings?
nah, yeah, all the strings out, and just
He said he cut the string, so he's not SpongeBob, bro.
The fuck? Climb through like a cheese grater?
Right. Oh my god,
Fuck. Y'all got a final message for the people out there, fans, maybe fans of yours?
man! Just follow me on Instagram, Trent the Jeweler. Man, you see all my content. Man, you see everything coming new.
Chris, got anything? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, follow my IG, ChrisParkerSTL. Shout out, I'm Not Javi. You know what I'm saying? One of the artists I'll be working with, Durag, VKC, 60 Second Management. But yeah, follow the IG.
The YouTube as well.
YouTube, ChrisParkerSTL.
Mm-hmm.
More vlogs coming for sure. I got stuff with Trent too.
Yes, sir.
Skate
Yes, sir.
edits. Yeah.
No works.
Hit me up to work.
We're working on one of them skate parts for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean, like what street skate part where it's
Yeah.
like no
Oh,
park
stuff.
clips. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Where at?
Just everywhere. I mean,
Everywhere.
Okay,
dude,
okay.
like you know what I mean.
There's
You-
snow on the ground in some of the clips.
Yeah,
Okay.
you get as many clips as you can, like out in the street,
Yeah, yeah.
solid, quality and everything like
Yeah.
that. Mix it all together, bro.
Did you go to that church?
I have not been to
You
Skate
talking
with
about
Boys
skate?
yet.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
haven't
talking
been there, but
Check
that
that
is
out.
probably one of the coolest vibe looking places I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
might step on a needle or something, but shit, at least you get that clip.
Shout out Skate Laborious.
Oh man, but yeah, make sure you guys rate the podcast 5 stars. Can you get in here real quick?
Absolutely.
Yes. Can you got anything?
No, I mean, just follow us on IG, TKBL Podcast. Follow me on IG, Kenny__Lee. Drew, you wanna do yours? Follow Drew on podcast. Oh, some shit coming soon with some more short videos for you guys too. Some stuff where me and Drew are kind of like still thinking about, but yeah, it's coming soon.
Sir, check it out. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you have anything to say, you can hit us up. And yeah, rate 5 stars. Fuck with the boys.
Yes,
Appreciate
Yes,
y'all
sir.
for having us.
No
Peace
problem,
out.
man. Thanks for
Always
coming
a
on.
pleasure.
Yes, sir.